I'm going to play the audio for you, but I want to preface this by saying we had to bleep out a lot of it because of how much profanity was used. Take a listen.
You took a piece of paper from that woman regarding something that was over at Duncan Tail. Where is it? What date was it?
All from yesterday. Jerome took it upstairs. I have to call him. He took it up when I switched out the papers. I'll call him as soon as you get here.
I don't want you to do a thing. I want you to have a brain. I want you to have read it. I want you to say, Congresswoman, it was such and such date. That's what I want. That's the kind of staff that I want to have. So some stupid that did it, and I don't have the information. Nobody sent me the information. I need to ensure my schedule. And if Boo Boo did it, Face did it, and nobody knows a thing in my office. Okay, nothing. I gave it to you. Your job was to get it on the calendar, imprint it in your brain, or send me the information back saying, Congresswoman, I made sure that the Ovi Duncan Tail event that you gave me for so-and-so date at 7 is on the calendar, not to, Jerome has it. Okay? So when I called Jerome, he gonna be sitting up there like a fat, stupid idiot talking about what he doesn't know. Okay? Both of y'all are up the F. It's the worst that I could have ever had put together. Two big children. An idiot. Serve no purpose.
This was just so inappropriate. Not even the classless ladies on The View could defend her. Listen.
I think there's a difference between cussing and cussing somebody out, denigrating them. This was verbal abuse. This thing is so bad that we can't even play a little bit of it.
Well, we can't play a little bit of it because it's all blue.
It's all. It's emotional abuse. It's toxic. Frankly, if she was anything other than a congresswoman, she'd probably be taken to HR and fired. But since there's no speaker, who's going to censure her? Who's going to refer her to the ethics committee? Who's going to, it's an embarrassment.
Go ahead.
I'll say as long back as 2014 when I first started working on Capitol Hill, it was an open secret. She was always rated one of the worst bosses on Capitol Hill. She, 2018, ranked the worst for having the highest turnover rate, 11 different chiefs of staff in 11 years. My issue is this, is the arrogance, it's just wrong and it's just mean, but also the arrogance of doing it for so many years and just thinking you can get away with it and you won't get caught. In any other business in America, corporate America, you could not talk to somebody like that and keep your job.
For the first time, maybe ever, they have a point. In any other place of work, she could get fired or at least written up for this. But because she's a Democrat politician, she just gets to issue a lame statement and continue on with her mayoral campaign. Hopefully the Texas voters got to hear this clip before casting their ballot. We now go to Eric Shiner with more on this, director at MRC TV. Eric, thanks for being with us. It's great to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
So, Eric, after listening to that, I think Sheila Jackson Lee needs to wash her mouth out with some soap. But what do you think?
Well, I wasn't sure if I should evacuate. There was so many bleeps there. I thought Jamal Bowman was trying to avoid a vote and pulled a fire alarm. It sounded like an alarm was going off. When your editors were busier than the Kraken horror videos from Hunter's laptop that they had to censor to air. There was a lot of bleeps going on in there.
There sure was.
But you got to love The View. What do? Well, you could punish her, but there's no Republicans. There's no House Speaker to do it. Oh, of course, it's the Republicans' fault.
Yep.
Yeah, they're responsible for Sheila Jackson Lee's mouth. It's really interesting, their perspective. And then they further go on to say, the arrogance of thinking that you could go on and keep doing things like this without getting caught. Isn't that arrogance part of being a Democrat running for office? I mean, talk to Bob Menendez, talk to Joe Biden. These are the things that you see. This is way beyond the pale. Her statement that she put out, her apology for it, says, at heart, I'm someone who tells it straight. Wow, I feel bad for Jerome. I know that is a strength, but sometimes it can become a challenge to balance. Yeah, I guess so. Doesn't really sound like much of an apology from her, but she'll be going on. I guess she's running for office down in Texas for Houston mayor. So we'll see how things play out for her in the future and if this has any impact.
In other crazy news, now I think this is my favorite of the day. Jake Tapper recently displayed a map of Israel on his CNN show that inaccurately depicted the cities within the country. I have a clip I want to play from that, and then we'll come back to you, Eric.
CNN's Clarissa Ward is in Cairo, Egypt for us. And Clarissa, officials say road repairs were needed before the crucial aid could pass through. Is that really the only reason for this 13-day-long delay so far?
So apparently they can't even locate Tel Aviv on a map, yet we are supposed to trust them with the facts? I mean, what is going on here, Eric?
Well, it's typical for CNN. They say they're facts first, but sometimes they just, make the facts up, like where cities are located. Perhaps the graphic maker for their maps was borderline incompetent. There's so many maps jokes. He thought they might have been the real cities, but underneath on the map he was looking, it said it was just a legend. So